Hi, this is Jason Morgan with MuscleWorks Fitness Systems in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. Today we're going to talk about how you can burn fat tissue. You want to make sure you've got a couple of things in your fat loss plan. We have to have adequate nutrition. Nutrition is going to be about 80% of what you do with fat loss. The next thing is we want to have a concern for muscle. That concern for muscle is going to be using weights or resistance training to maintain or even build some muscle. And the last thing is that you have to have some cardio. Now, cardio is commonly mistaken as the end all for fat burning, and it's really not. You can lose scale weight by doing cardio. What you want to make sure is that you've got moderate cardio. Cardiovascular is really to open up the highways, the bloodstream, to deliver nutrients to your muscles. Remember, muscle is your metabolic tissue. The more muscle you have, the more fat you're going to burn through and the more successful your fat loss program is going to be. When you're burning fat tissue, there's a couple of things that you have to take into account. First and foremost, what is fat tissue? Fat tissue can be made up of a couple of different components. Tends to be brown fat and there's yellow fat. Brown fat a lot of times is the fat around our organs. We want to make sure that we get that fat reduced, especially because it's going to cause the biggest health concerns. The second thing we want to take into is the yellow fat or the belly fat, which is commonly our big problem. If we have an excess of belly fat, we're increasing our risk for health issues such as heart attacks, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, diabetes, things of that nature. So we definitely want to make sure that we reduce both types of fat when we're talking about burning fat. Now, one of the things that is missing from a lot of fat burning programs is that they focus too much on weight and weight loss. The scale is not a good indicator of whether or not you're actually losing fat. What we want to do is get your body composition measured. You can do that by having skin fold measurements done. Most universities will allow you to come in and for a fee use what's called a bod pod, which is the most accurate way to have your body fat measured. A qualified fitness professional can also do skin caliper measurements, or there is a formulation using a tape measure with a 5-site measure for women and a 3-site measure for men that can also give you a good indication of where you're at with your body fat percentage. And those are a few tips and tricks to burn fat tissue.